All right. Well, Anna, welcome to What's Up Renewables. Folks, we're here with Anna Aguirre from Rise Renewables with quite the extensive background in renewables and a big focus on safety. Anna, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm glad you're doing it. Hopefully you're feeling good and calm and
Yes, sir.
yeah, not quite. There was the sir. But I appreciate you coming and sharing your story and getting into safety and telling some fun stories.
Well, thank you for having me.
I'm excited. All right. So do you have that, maybe we'll start with maybe something funny. Maybe is there a don't do that, it's not safe with a smile kind of story? I'm sure you've given a lot of instruction and paused work or workers here and there.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of instances, especially in renewable energy, and especially as it's grown a lot over the years, of situations that arise that we want to make sure that we always follow the OEM documentation, make sure we're following the safety procedures and all of that to ensure that we go home safe at the end of the day. We're all doing the work in order to ensure that we can provide for our families or hobbies or whatever the case is. So that's the goal, is go make the money, go home safe at the end of the day. So.
All right, you had that safety speech and meeting in the chamber. I love it. All right, well, you were starting to tell me about some funny times in Florida. So, what was going on in Florida? Why were you there?
So Florida, I went to work a couple projects out in Florida as a contract safety. Built 4 projects out there, and Florida was definitely interesting. If I had to choose the wildest projects I ever did, they would definitely be Florida. There was a lot of times where there was alligators everywhere, and when they tell you alligators don't climb fences, they're lying to you.
They climb fences?
They definitely climb fences like a human, and then they just plop over on the other side.
Like a big, tall, 6-foot fence?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Tall 6-foot fences, they climb. Anytime there's any water bodies, you can guarantee there's going to be an alligator making a home there. It was insane. Basically anything and everything in Florida can eat me whole. I'm not very big, but they can eat me whole. And then the individuals we had over there, definitely, like, if we had mass layoffs or anything like that, there were some individuals that were just not happy with it. And I would end up with Voodoo and stuff on my cars. So I would get out of work and have a paper bag full of crow heads and seashells, beans, rice, like just all kinds of crazy stuff. Whether it was like left at the door, like by my driver's side door or on the hood of my car, like just all kinds of stuff. It was wild out there for sure.
They didn't like the safety coordinator? How did this happen?
Safety is typically the one that they love to hate the most.
It was safety coordinator, right?
Yes.
So you weren't laying people off, or were you?
No, it wasn't me.
Wasn't you.
I just had to give them the final letter and be like, hey, and make sure I collected, whatever was handed to them for the project. But
they made you give the letter? Who did this? I've never heard of a manager telling the safety coordinator, go ahead and hand out this layoff letter and there's the check.
Yeah.
Go ahead and hand that to them.
Yeah, I was doing contract safety out there, so everything was just handed over to me.
Oh my goodness. That's a lot of responsibility.
Yes.
All right. And then they came back with Voodoo.
Yeah.
Putting a curse on you of some sort? Is it a hex? What's the word?
Yeah, I guess it was more like a hex or something. I never really dug too far into it, but it was interesting. It happened more than once on multiple projects out there, so it was quite interesting.
Oh my, did it work? Did you get some bad luck or?
I don't know. I've always had a little bit of bad luck, so I can't really say it's for that or not.
Okay.
But,
Did they get their jobs back? Did it help them to put the curse on you and leave the bag of crow heads?
I'll have to show you some pictures. It's quite interesting.
I can't wait. All right. That's pretty good. And the alligators, well, you didn't get attacked.
I didn't get attacked. They were all over the sites constantly. So our little remediation for that was put up a sign that said, hey, alligator spotted here. proceed with caution. We're pile driving a couple feet from it or installing modules just a couple feet from it. It's just like, hey, just be careful. Water moccasins as well. There were anywhere there was water bodies, and a water moccasin is essentially a rattlesnake without a rattle.
Yeah.
So everywhere, just constantly relocating those, and they stink. They stink.
You were relocating them?
Yes.
There wasn't like a specialist?
No, it always falls on safety. So all the projects that I've been on, I've always been the one relocating the rattlesnakes, the water moccasins, all the stuff. Yeah.
I don't know if that always falls on. That sounds like a biologist's job, or snake and or a snake and alligator wrangler, or something.
So the biologists were definitely more involved with anything that had to do like with protected species and stuff like that. We weren't allowed to, kill anything. So it was always a relocation. So anytime that anybody would call in and say, hey, we have a rattlesnake in a certain block or whatever, it was like, hey, just kind of keep an eye on it. I'll be out there, go out there, pick it up, and then relocate it. Typically, we relocated it, the next property over. We're always out in open spaces. So next property over. And it never failed. We would finish this project and it'd be like, hey, we're starting phase 2. Well, guess where we're starting phase 2? Where I just relocated, hundreds of rattlesnakes.
Right. The snake den.
Yeah.
Over here at the snake den.
So I pretty much knew phase 2, I was going to be relocating all the ones I had already relocated.
Oh my goodness. Okay, and you were all PPE'd up, right?
Of course, always snake chaps.
With the big long
Yep.
tongs thing in a bucket.
Yep.
Alligators too?
No, the alligators, no. We kind of left those alone for the most part. If something were to happen to the alligator, they got injured or anything like that on the project, we would have to call a specialist and they would come out and gather them up and either take them off site or relocate them themselves or something like that.
But they wouldn't come if there wasn't something wrong with the alligator?
Correct.
I mean, would you just kind of say, this one looks depressed?
Well,
I think you need to come get it.
Well, the only one time that we actually had to call them was we had a fuel cell on site. And most of the time on sites, because of environmental hazards, you're not supposed to have the lock on the fuel handle itself to prevent any overflow or spillage of fuel. And this particular site actually had those in place. And one of the superintendents was filling up, completely forgot about it, and it was locked in place and it started spilling everywhere. What happened to be an alligator that used to hang right outside of my office in some water, it got contaminated with the fuel, so they came out and unfortunately they put him down because I guess they didn't want a Godzilla situation or something. I don't know. Thought he was going to mutate.
I think you need nuclear waste or gamma radiation to get Godzilla. I'm not sure. What kind of fuel were you using?
Not sure either, but hey, they were concerned one way or another, so.
And this was the alligator that just used to hang outside your office?
Yeah, he just hang outside my office.
Did you name him?
I never did name him. I didn't get to that point. I do have pictures with him, pointing at him in the pond, but no, never did name him.
Oh, this is wild. This is wild. I've never heard these stories. How long were you there?
In Florida, I was there for about a year. So we built a couple small projects out there for Tico Electric.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Was that your first job in renewables?
It was
solar?
not.
Okay.
So I started in renewables back in 2014. And originally, so stepping back, I had originally studied criminal justice. So I have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. And my idea was going to be that I was going to be this forensic anthropologist, go do all that kind of stuff. Finished college, ended up going and doing the LA County Sheriff stuff, did the academy and everything, decided that wasn't for me. And during my externship in college, I was actually security at one of the solar sites in Mojave.
Huh.
And as I was finishing up with the LA County Sheriff stuff and deciding that wasn't what I wanted, I kind of transitioned into there. I had spoke with one of the safety managers and he's like, hey, yeah, if you like it, we'll get you in. You have to get your OSHA 30 to start off with. We'll get you in as a safety admin and, kind of go from there. And it was like, great. So the first projects I did were actually in Mojave. It was Camelot and Columbia. And I was a part of those up until they completed. From there, I went on and built one in Oro Valley. So that was the first one I got to see from start to finish.
Wow.
I was a safety superintendent at that point. So I had already moved up from an admin position into safety superintendent. Ran that entire project and then ended up in Fresno, California. So built Tranquility out there, ran that one. And fun fact, I am a complete introvert. I do not like to speak. I was extremely shy. So having to get out there and speak in front of people, the very first training I did when I was at Oro Valley, safety director came and to audit me. The very first training I was going to do, I had about 15 people in the class. And I was like, hi, my name is Anna. And I like broke down in tears. I was so nervous.
Oh.
So nervous. And I was like, okay, 2 seconds later, I was ready to go get it off and did the training. So when we got to Tranquility, way larger scale project. And peak manpower was 800 people.
Oh my goodness.
So from going to never being able to speak to anybody to having to stand up there and do meetings in front of 800 people was like mind-blowing to even myself, because I was like, oh my God. So built Tranquility. From there, I ended up going and building my first BESS project at Arizona Tech Park University in Tucson. So it was a tiny little solar site with a BESS integration with it. And it was all recycled batteries. So nothing like the giant lithium ion stuff that we have now. It was like recycled vehicle batteries that we were literally hand stacking inside of these connexes, where now, everything comes already installed and you just
Car
set it in
batteries?
place. Yes.
No.
Yes. So that was the first BESS project I built.
Okay.
And that was in Tempe, Tucson, Arizona.
Okay.
And then from there, we ended up back in Fresno doing Tranquility 8. So second phase, once again, where I relocated all the snakes. So ended up there, built that one. We had I can't remember I think it was 24 months or 36 months or something like that. And we got it done in 12 months, accelerated schedule. However, we weren't working weekends. It was Monday through Friday, 8-hour days. But we had it down to a science that everything just rolled, and we finished it completely ahead of schedule, super profitable. It was great. From there, kind of came home for a little bit, and then I ended up in Florida. They called me, hey, we got a project out in Florida. Are you interested? I'm like, let's do it. Drove all the way down to Florida and did those projects out there. Like I said, it was the most wildest thing to me being out there. I always say that's probably the place that I would refuse all work moving forward, just because it was quite interesting. I'm like,
water moccasins, alligators, and voodoo.
Yeah, exactly. So we I did that, completed all of those projects, and decided, you know what, I'm probably going to get off the road for a while. Florida was definitely an experience. Probably going to get off the road for a while, and decided to move to Texas. Didn't do much. And then, we had a good friend that called us up for a while, and he was adamant. He's like, hey, we need to start a construction division. We need your experience, are you willing to come out? And I was like, no, I don't want to travel anymore. I don't want to do it. And he called for probably a good solid year. And he was like, we need to get you in here. We're trying to start this construction section. Wow. We need you. We need America. We need you guys. We're like, okay, we finally gave in, We're like, hey, we need to have weekends off with our kids. We need to be able to do Americo, my husband. So he's a construction manager, worked with him across the country for years as well. And so, we need to get you guys out here. We need to start this construction division. So finally, we're like, as long as we get our time with our kids, our weekends off, extended, days off, whatever the case is, he's like, done. So before we even knew it, come around the next day, we already had trucks at the house. We had cell phones, computers, everything. They're like, we're not playing around. We hadn't even signed a contract or anything. It's like, let's get it done. So we ended up in, where did we start? think we started in Blythe. No, because Blythe was the last one. Anyways, so we did a couple projects with them. A lot of it was more owner rep stuff. So I did owner safety for a couple of the projects, some major ones in Texas. One in McCamey, Texas. That was actually for Anheuser-Busch, and I've actually was featured in one of their commercials.
No way.
So a renewable energy
Is it still
commercial.
out there?
Yeah, it's out there. We'll have to share it.
We got to find it. All right.
Yeah, so it was featured in one of their commercials for Anheuser-Busch, and
Highlighting their solar project?
yes, so they were wanting to become 100% renewable energy by 2025, and they met it like 4 years early. So they did this big old filming on the site. It was neat to have all the cameras. Definitely tedious, having to redo every little thing, different angles, reshots, all the stuff. But it was a neat experience for sure.
Cool.
For sure. So did those. We were down there stuck in the freeze with the power outage that Texas had during that year as well. I
like
don't know.
COVID.
Yeah, during the COVID years. Yeah. Yeah, when we had that major outage.
I remember this.
And that freeze. So yeah, we were stuck out there in a hotel with absolutely no power. All the grocery stores shut down because no power. Nobody was expecting this. Nobody had backup generators, nothing. It was an interesting week for sure. So once that project was completed, they kind of used us to kind of filter in stuff. So anytime that they had any rework, either due to hurricane damages, tornado damages, stuff like that, they would utilize us to go out there and do the rebuild of it. So re-dry piles, decide whether they needed to be slurried in now because now we can't meet compaction, heavy operating equipment, all that stuff. And just kind of putting a plan together and running the crews out there. And then finally, we did a project out in Blythe, California, and it was the largest standalone BESS in the United States at the time it was built. So there was no PV tied to it or anything, just BESS.
Amazing. What a wild ride. do you miss the criminal justice passion or what you went to school for?
Not necessarily. I truly enjoy the safety aspect of it, and it was definitely nice to transition into it because of the fact that, criminal justice, you do a lot of incident investigation, which ties into safety.
True.
You're doing a lot of incident investigation. What happened? What led up to this? What can we do different? How can we improve it? So it kind of transitioned smoothly. So once I actually became a superintendent on the first project that I built, I decided to go back to school and received an associate's degree in occupational health and safety.
Oh my goodness.
And from there, continued to get more certs. So, I got my OSHA 510, my OSHA 500s, STSC, so safety trained supervisor in construction and stuff like that, and just kind of continue to build my knowledge on safety as well. So it's something that I've grown to be extremely passionate about.
Oh my goodness. Okay. You're a powerful professional. I mean, that's powerful. I love how you transitioned this criminal justice into safety. So should we, if we're looking for an EHS manager, like recruit the police detective departments? And
I mean, hey, they got the background in incident investigation, so
that's pretty good.
And they got safety in mind, so maybe.
Unbelievable. I don't think there's anything you can't accomplish. What was it like? You said it being an introvert and 800 people, because I'm imagining the morning safety talk.
Yes.
Right, where it's probably not even fully light yet.
No.
Right, it's dark.
Well,
or dusk. No, what's it? Dawn. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're supposed to have appropriate lighting, just saying.
Oh, good catch. Good catch. That was appropriate. What was that like? What did you do to prepare yourself for it?
A lot of the times it was just, hey, we had specific topics, try to follow the OSHA guidelines as far as topics throughout the year that should be covered, and just kind of going off of that. Or if we were seeing specific incidents that were like constant things happening, then we were kind of like speak on that, never trying to call anybody out specifically or specific crew, or, electricians versus iron workers or whatever the case is, just in a general way, like, hey, these are some situations that we're seeing. They're becoming more consistent. So let's bring it back in and kind of identify what the problem is and how we move forward from it so that we don't end up having an injury. So that was mainly how we prepared for those type of situations, was just, following the trends and then trying to follow with OSHA's trainings.
Yeah, no, great safety answer. I mean, what did you do to get yourself to be able to go talk to this 800-person group?
So
That's wild. So many people would be very nervous.
I was.
Very nervous.
I definitely was, especially being an introvert. I think what really helped me get out there in front of people is just realizing, like, hey, you're going to be judged. Because that's everybody's biggest fears. What are they thinking of me when I'm out there talking? Or what am I doing? Are they picking up on my mannerisms? Are they like, am I saying too many times? Like, that's what we're thinking as we're giving those speeches or standing in front of people. So once I finally realized, like, hey, you're going to be judged no matter how great you do or how terrible you do. Either way, you're going to be judged. Like, as long as you learn to accept it and just kind of go with it, have fun with it. It is what it is.
Where did you learn this?
It was just a mindset. It was just like, okay, sit back and really think about what is it that you're afraid of when you're talking up there.
You thought, you brainstormed internally.
Yeah.
Right? You prepped and rationalized internally.
Yeah.
And then went after it?
Yeah, and just went after it.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It was like just asking yourself the question, what is it that makes you so nervous getting up there? What are you worried about? Okay, most of the time you're worried you're going to be judged. You're going to do a terrible job, or what are they thinking about you? Once you get past that, it's like, hey, it is what it is. They're going to do it regardless. You can't change anybody's mindset. So just go ahead, get out there, do it, deliver your speech, and have fun with it.
I love it. Spot on. That's right. You were prepped and ready for the content, of course. So then it's just getting past the nerves, and you came to the determination of they're going to think whatever they think.
Yeah.
I'm going to go do my job.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't care.
Just get out there and do it. It is
Just
what
go
it
do
is.
your job.
Yeah.
I love it. What courage, though. Okay. So you and your husband working together at all these sites, and you were able to take both careers and align them with the companies and the jobs? That's unique.
Yes.
I don't know if I've ever heard of that.
Construction manager, and I was a safety manager. And, most of the time on sites, those hate each other.
Yes.
They always bump heads because safety's trying to, slow down production. Construction's trying to speed up production. Like, it's always this battle back and forth. And I think that's kind of where we found our medium was like, okay, we have to get it done. How do we get it done in a timely manner, but keep everybody safe in the process? Can we plan ahead and, make sure we don't have so many open trenches? Or can we plan ahead for spaces in between the different crews, like whatever the case is? So that was kind of the approach we took, is like, okay, how can we work together and build this project successfully, minimize our injuries, but also stay on schedule?
I think you could be the construction manager today. That's spot on. You're right. And you dodged the HS. But don't, you also got to dodge the finance person. I think that's probably the second one the managers try not to talk to.
Yeah, exactly, right?
What a wild ride. And then back here to, so were you from Tehachapi?
So yes, I am raised here in Tehachapi.
All right. Shout out to Tehachapi.
Yeah.
Love that.
So this is the first solid year in my renewable career that I have worked in Tehachapi.
No way.
Yeah. I've traveled all across the country building the projects. So yeah, this is the first solid year. I'm excited to be home. I get to be present for more of my kids' stuff. Like, it's been nice.
I love that.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
I have two.
2 kids? How old?
Yeah. I have a 16-year-old boy and a 13-year-old girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Teenagers.
Oh, yeah.
I remember those years.
I choose not to.
No.
They remind me of them.
I remember when my children were teenagers. My children are now in their 20s. I remember the teenagers. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy, though. They know everything. So they take
course.
care of, you pretty much don't have to be there.
Yeah.
Oh, too soon for that joke.
Yeah.
I can tell. Too soon for that.
No, they're great kids. They stay extremely busy, and that was my thing. I'm like, I was raised here. I know how you can get into trouble in Tehachapi. Not very much for teens to do. So they stay busy. You know, my son does a lot of football, basketball. He's an athlete all the way around. He does little jobs here and there and stays busy. My daughter, she hurts my pockets.
Oh boy.
I think she goes down the list of most expensive sports she can do, and those are the ones she goes by. Not so much for, you know, this is what I want to do, but this is how I'm going to hurt the pockets. So she does 5 different styles of dance. She does cheer. She does pageants. She does all kinds of stuff. So, yeah.
It's like 5 to 10 outfits a piece, I think.
Yes.
Yes. I saw that face change. Yeah. Yes. And travel.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that too. My daughter's gymnastics as well.
That's the next thing. She's like, can I do gymnastics? I'm going to try out for the high school cheer next year. And I'm like, girl, I'm going to need a 3rd job by the time it's said and done.
Right? I know it.
We'd like to thank our sponsor, Altair Energy Services, and their highly trained, expert technical staff, leveraging decades of renewable power management experience into customized solutions for everyone to meet their energy goals and contribute to a better future for all. Altair's team of hardworking, respected experts are providing full-scope, turnkey repairs, planned and unplanned maintenance, system upgrades, fully autonomous technical crews, supplemental staffing, and customized dynamic scheduling to fit your power production needs. Contact Altair at info@altairenergyservices.com and learn more about their wide range of capabilities across multiple power technologies and platforms.
How are you liking it at Rise? And now you're senior support engineer.
Yes.
Over at Rise. What are you doing there now?
So I am one of their technical trainers out at Rise as well. So I do the tech level 1 trainings, getting into tech level 2, hopefully eventually into tech level 3. But I'm one of their trainers out there. So I enjoy every bit of it. I enjoy meeting all kinds of new people. And I think that's what I enjoyed the most about being in safety and traveling was meeting all kinds of people from different walks of life. People that have completely turned their lives around and now are in the renewable industry or stuff like that. So I get that opportunity once again and still being local. I get to teach on technical stuff as I learn with the techs as well, because I've been in safety. Like I can go out there and review documents and have them walk me through the process, but I've never been a technician myself.
Sure.
So I get to learn with them in the process. I have great leadership that are always willing to jump in. And that's one thing I tell my class every time. Like, I'm not a technician, never been a technician. I would love to get into the technical side of stuff. But if you have any questions that I can't answer, I will definitely tag team somebody else in because I want them to leave with the correct knowledge and understanding of what they're getting themselves into versus, trying to BS my way through. So...
Amazing. Okay. You've got a lot of passion no matter what you're doing, I think. Have you seen students come from different walks of life and gotten to know, like, where did they come from? Were they also criminal justice or doing something?
I have. I've gotten to see quite a bit of people. A lot of them come from, military backgrounds or new to the industry, have worked nothing but grocery stores or something like that, and now getting into renewable energy. I've seen people from different countries and stuff like that. A lot of more women getting into the industry as well, which is nice. Right. I've also dealt with a lot of language barriers, which is nice because I'm fully bilingual. I speak fluent Spanish and everything, so I've been able to do training. Like, for example, not this class that I just wrapped up today, but 2 weeks before that, I had a class that had a Spanish speaker. She was a female and really strong accent. And it was having to do the class in both ways. So it was like teach everything in English and then repeat it all in Spanish to ensure that she was getting that training as well in a language that she understood. So she benefited from the class just as everybody else was.
Amazing.
gone out to Mexico and done training out there as well in Spanish. So it's
The solar training
yeah.
out in Mexico.
Yeah, we went to go do I think it was the Kodiak training out in Mexico.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh my goodness. Very cool. I mean, you just took us from rattlesnakes to alligators, voodoo, and 50-year freak storms. And now you're teaching.
Yeah.
And clearly inspiring others, I'm sure.
That's the hopes.
Yeah, I'm sure. Do you see any new safety prospects as the students come through?
There's definitely always a student or two that catches my eye, like very safety orientated, takes the extra time to, ensure that they're inspecting their PPE or ask the questions that everybody else might be afraid to ask, stuff like that. So there's definitely been a couple individuals where I'm like, have you thought about safety? Like you would fit in well with it. So
what triggers that? Tell me what do you see or what do you look for?
I think just one, the availability, the ability to speak.
Yeah.
Or speak in front of others, ask the hard questions. I know a lot of the times, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but a lot of the times men don't like to ask the hard questions, or, we kind of have that sense of like, oh, we know everything type of situation. And every now and again, you get the one that definitely wants to ask all the million questions where like even stumps you at the same time. It's like, hold on, let's learn this together. Like, let's do some research on this. Or like I said, takes the extra time to just make sure that anytime we're doing the practicals that we're going thorough inspections on all our PPE, whether it's gloves, whether it's a 40 cal, ensuring that everybody else has what they need, taking that initiative to do the buddy check on their coworkers. Hey, you're missing this, or did you check this? Did you catch this? Or you're in the restricted or limited approach boundaries, like those type of situations, I think is what triggers like, hey, you would be great at safety.
Okay. I heard you say men know everything. I don't know what else you said, but I heard that part. Yeah, that makes sense. So you see some people that naturally sort of get attracted to the extra checks. And what are the hard questions that we don't ask?
I think a lot of the time it's just wanting to speak up in a classroom environment. So more than anything, I think we get I don't know how to say it, but
So it's not the question itself, but it's
the speaking up in front of the people more than anything, or feeling like they're asking a dumb question in front of a group of guys or a class filled with people. Like that makes it difficult. Because I get a lot of sidebars afterwards, like, "Hey, I had this question. Do you think?" It's like, that's a great question. Like you could have asked that in front of everybody. I'm sure there's multiple people in the classroom that would have liked the same answer to the same question type of deal.
Yes.
So when I get sidebar questions, we kind of wrangle back in. It's like, okay, hey, let's all talk about this question that was asked because of those situations. Like there was probably one or two other people in there that wanted to know the same thing.
That makes sense. Why don't you think people speak up? But they're just scared or embarrassed they might be asking a silly question?
I think it's more the embarrassment that they're asking a silly question. It's like maybe like, oh, everybody else knows this, I should know this too type of situation.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're a safety professional, you must, right? Ask all of the silly questions.
The silly questions. There is no silly questions. There's no dumb questions. There's no, ask the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm remembering this now. I would never have been or will be a great safety professional. I need to stay close to safety professionals. But yeah, I can remember several meetings over my career. It's been a lot of years. But at the end of the meeting, you have any questions? And safety professional says no. And I'm like, why are you even here? Say something. But you're right. Speak up. That makes sense. It's simple. Are you investigating? Are you asking the small questions?
Yeah.
I love it. Now I'm going to start watching for that in other people. Oh, my goodness. What's next? Well, you're just 1 year here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm hoping, my career continues to grow within Rise. And I was talking to Steven. I definitely want to get into more of the SMA stuff and start training or learning more of the inverter specific stuff. I think that helps a lot when I'm teaching, especially the higher levels, when they start asking more in-depth questions, or those questions where I'm having to pull Steven in or tag team John in or something like, hey, I think it would really help that, because I am knowledge hungry. Like, I love to learn and apply it as much as possible.
You want more technical
Yes,
training and knowledge.
I do.
Oh my goodness. All right, wait a minute. What? You've already told us about the pivot from criminal justice into safety and how it's easy transition. Then it went from safety into technical, and you're approaching, and training, and and sort of next engineering, because you're engineering the classes and tasks and process. What made you want to pivot from safety into training?
Well, I wanted to stay in the renewable industry sector for the most part. When I moved back to Tehachapi, I didn't want to travel. I wanted to make up time with my kids that I've lost over the years while I was traveling. So I was looking for something local. Mm-hmm. And I had, I've worked with John. Didn't necessarily work with John, but I worked with Steven. I worked with Juan, Tyler. I've worked with them in the past in the field. So I kind of had that rapport with them, and I kind of reached out and I was like, hey, I wanted to stay local. Do you have anything? They were starting to kick off their lab and, get more in depth and setting up all the safety stuff that we tend to overlook for the most part, right? Yeah. So they offered me this opportunity to come in and kind of help with the safety aspect and bring in that safety background into what we do. So kind of transitioned into, I've done trainings all along in the field and orientations and stuff like that, but now it's more of a technical training versus a safety training, which still incorporates a lot of safety, because you still have to do lotto, you still have to do the PPE, you still have to do all that stuff. Now it's just getting a little bit more specific to what it is that you're doing. So.
Oh my goodness. You just rationalized and made that that just was so clear. That made sense. And the way that Stephen and John have always talked about training, it's that increase your technical knowledge and your safety is going to improve, right? You'll be safer if you understand more.
Yeah, if you understand what's going on. And that's kind of why I want to get more into that technical training part of it, because it's like, once again, I was never a technician. So getting that technical training myself improves that. I can better answer the questions. I can better identify different points or stuff like that. So, yeah.
I think the other thing I loved about this story was that you wanted to be back in Tehachapi and you didn't want to travel. And so, excuse me. And so you made a conscious decision to pivot your career, utilizing the strengths and experience you had and go into another area so that you could achieve a personal goal. I just wanted to highlight that for everyone, because I don't think enough people really kind of force themselves to do that.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
No, it was definitely challenging at first, getting off the road and coming home, and it was like, what am I going to do? What is there in Tehachapi?
Yeah.
I honestly thought I was going to travel. I was definitely blessed to get the opportunity to do this and still stay with Renewables and, pivot, but still within the same industry.
Yeah. You might be good to start giving some career talks out there once in a while, because that's very impressive. And, folks struggle with that, right? They want to get off the road or want to move or want to something, right? Yeah. Personal, and don't know how to do that with their career.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah. You need to add that to one of the classes, or offer that at Rise, some career coaching. That's really cool. Man, is there a pattern then that drives your career success? Is there what's the motivator? You've done some pretty amazing things and tough things by your own account. What's the motivator to keep doing that?
I think my motivator is overall my kids. Like, I want to make sure that they're set up, that they can see, regardless of whatever situation you have going on in life, you can move forward, make the best of it. Right before I started Renewables, I was actually homeless with my kids.
Oh my goodness.
In Mojave, which is how they started offering me this position in safety and getting me to take my OSHA classes and stuff like that. So
no kidding.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So that was always my motivator, is like, we're not going to fall back to that. One way or another, we're going to stay focused and push on. And regardless of where we're at, we're going to get out of that.
Congratulations. What a wonderful story. Thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you.
So you were hungry,
Yeah.
and you haven't lost that, have you?
No, I'm very passionate.
I'll tell you what, hungry people are the most dangerous people. Watch out. They can do anything. You're not scared of anything.
No, sir.
No. That easy, no. Wow. Thank you for sharing that. And amazing. Yeah. If you're hungry, maybe more people should learn to get a little hungry, huh? Might move them along. Oh, you choked me up a little bit. That's a heck of a story. In Mojave. And that's how you got so this was after college?
Yes, it was transitioning between college and getting into safety. So Donnie Morgan was a safety manager on that project. And so for Christmas that year, when he realized what was going on, he actually paid for my first OSHA class. He was like, look, get this done over the Christmas break. I'll pay for it. Like, I have set up a daycare for your children too for an entire 2 weeks. So you don't have to worry about that. Like, get it done and we'll get you into this. So
way to go, Donnie.
Yeah, he was definitely my mentor for most of my career until I left that employer. And he pushed me along, took me under his wing, and always there to support. Until this day, he's somebody that I'll call up and be like, hey, what do you see in this situation? Him and Ed Pontes, they definitely helped me a lot in my career.
Love that. Wow. I'm glad that you found them, and glad they found you.
I am too.
Oh, my. Okay, but then that was the security job right away.
Yes. So.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, what a story. What a story. And that was after college. Where did you go to college?
I went to college in Bakersfield at Santa Barbara Business College, so a private college.
Okay.
Yeah. For my criminal justice degree.
Nobody really sends me in their resume, but you happen to. I didn't see that on there. Or is it my printer ink again?
It's probably your printer ink again, but also went to Columbia Southern University for my associates in occupational health and safety.
Unbelievable. You're tough. You are tough. Okay. This is why the snakes didn't scare you. This is why the alligators don't scare you. Voodoo, I mean, did it rattle you?
It was interesting. It definitely caught me off guard. I'm like, do I touch it? Do I move it? Like, do I just drive and hope it flies away off the hood of my car? Do I get in the passenger door? Like, that was definitely,
Is there a dance? Do I light a candle? Well, how do we do this? Right.
Exactly.
Okay, but didn't really rattle
No.
you. Yeah, more curious than anything,
Yes.
probably.
More curiosity than anything. It was just like, what?
Yeah. Boy, watch out for Anna, I'll tell you. And you're laying people off, giving severance notices and termination notices.
Yeah.
That should not be the safety person's job ever.
I agree.
Ever. Don't you give that to the safety person's job. Those people have a manager. Where was their manager? Shame on this person. Don't know who it is, but it didn't bother you.
No.
Just went after it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. Other than the voodoo, any rough feedback when you were?
No, I think a lot of it is just kind of adapting to the situation that you're in. Different parts of the country. I know you guys do wind. I did a little bit of wind, more foundation inspections, quality control type of stuff. Worked up in Missouri for a little bit, and that was an experience in itself as well.
Missouri?
Yeah.
Why was Missouri?
That was interesting just because of the amount of snow everywhere constantly, our trucks not being able to access stuff, foundation inspections need to be completed. Part of my planning for the day was, hey, what path are you going to take? Where you're going to park your truck? How far are you planning on walking? Do you have a safety backpack with like food and drinks, emergency blanket, all that stuff? What time are you expected to be back? So if I didn't come back, they at least knew what way to go look for me type of deal. just to avoid getting the truck stuck or ending up in a ditch because of the icy roads, like narrow bridges.
Oh and these guys are like, no, I got a Red Bull and a burrito. I'm going to go to work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Desert, swamp, snow. Unbelievable. And then back to the desert again, I guess.
Yeah.
Where you had a snowstorm. Missouri. Oh, okay. So the snow threw you off. Well, you're from the high desert. So
Yeah.
that makes sense. Our snow is just pretty.
Yeah.
It's not harmful.
No.
Not at all.
And I get cold very easy all the time. So we got so used to the snow, we acclimatized that, by the time it was 40 degrees out there, it was t-shirt weather, sunroof open, let's enjoy the warm temperature.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You're tough. All right, let me ask then, maybe we'll get into like culture or something, because I haven't got this out of many safety folks yet. Sometimes safety people, right, managers, coordinators, EHS, put the title as you wish, they get a stereotype.
Yes.
Right, and you even said, was it your husband, the construction manager? Maybe you tried to dodge the safety person, or some managers are dodging safety, right? Not your husband, of course, but there's stereotypes. What are these stereotypes, and how do you break through?
So I think a lot of the time as safety, we get dodged a lot because they get the mindset that we're just going out there to bust them or catch them doing something wrong, that got you moment, constantly.
Police.
Yes, we're just out there to police them and, get them in trouble or whatever. And I've seen my fair share of safety individuals take that approach, or, the one time they see you doing something wrong, they're trying to go after your job. And I feel like that's where we kind of get that mindset of, oh no, safety's coming. And it shouldn't be that way. Mm-hmm. The way that I kind of approached safety was completely different because of those situations. It shouldn't be a got you moment ever. It should be a learning experience. So, hey, we're doing something wrong. What can we do different? And for me, personally, it's learning why we're doing something wrong. So if I watch you and you're doing this installation and it's not per the, procedure we put in place, why aren't we doing it that way? Tell it to me. Explain it to me. Let me see. What can we do to do the task, but do it safely? It's not just because, I'm safety, I can write this procedure, this is how we're going to do it, or not do it at all. Mm-hmm. It's understanding why it is they're doing it the way that they're doing it. Is it more hazardous, or are we adding extra stuff to it for no reason at all other than, hey, we're safety and we're going to do it this way? Or is there a legitimacy behind it? So teach me why it is that you're doing it that way, and we can compromise on how to move forward safely. So that was kind of my approach. It was never, hey, get your safety glasses on, or, we're going to send you home. Most of the time it was approaching a group. If you saw somebody that was missing a specific PPE, have a conversation. Hey, how's your day going? What are we doing? What's the task? And then before leaving, hey, would you mind putting your safety glasses on? Or, hey, would you happen to have your EH-rated gloves? Can you grab those for me? Type of situations, and make it more personable. Understand what they're doing, why they're doing it wrong, and how we can do it right.
That's a huge time commitment, mm-hmm. and an emotional kind of expense, right? You have to go and give your time and make it personal.
Yeah. Getting personable with the individuals out there definitely goes a long way, especially with safety. They're more prone to buy into safety and be more understanding and receptive of the situation versus just, safety, the minute I turn my back, they're going to go back to doing what it was that we're doing.
Yeah.
So
I love that. That's a great answer. Anna says, be a real person.
Yes.
Make it personable.
Yes.
And really learn the job that they're doing.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, otherwise you just come across like the police.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, why are we looking for cops on the roads? Because we're speeding.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Because we're doing something wrong.
We're doing something wrong.
We shouldn't be afraid when safety approaches you.
Yeah. Great answer. All right, that gets the stereotype. Are there other stereotypes other than police out there for safety folks?
I don't know. know so much about safety, folks. I know me being a female in the industry, I've had a lot of stereotypes.
Oh boy.
A lot of the time, especially, for example, in Florida, the group of individuals we had out there, they were definitely not okay with a female telling them what to do. It wasn't part of their culture to have a female telling them what to do, and especially a young female. I've gotten that a lot as well throughout my career. It's like, you're a female. What do you know about the industry? Or you're young. What do you know about the industry? So that's definitely been a hurdle for me throughout the years. But it's just, once again, just, hey, teach me. We can learn together. We could work through it, and we can make it work.
Okay, so they're picking on you.
Yes.
They're challenging you. They're picking on you. Age. That gets challenged here and there. Clearly, after somebody talks to you for a little bit, they get, okay,
Yeah.
age is not going to matter. This person knows what they're doing.
Yes.
And then the female piece, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And just Florida, was there a special voodoo because you were a female? Or
Yeah, there was definitely a
Was?
culture out there
Oh.
that was not receptive of females in the industry, females in a leadership position or anything like that. So that's where I got my biggest pushback all the time.
how did you handle it?
You kind of just have to take it with a grain of salt for the most part. It's like, hey, regardless of who's speaking to you, we're on site. These are the site rules and procedures we're supposed to follow. So we either need to follow them or we have to get additional resources involved, because at the end of the day, we're just trying to keep you safe and going home safe.
You stayed professional and
Yes.
calm, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, that's the right way to do it.
Sometimes it's hard, but
Don't
hey, we're
budge,
there.
right?
Yes.
Don't back down. Just stay professional and calm and keep moving forward.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Do you ever lose your cool?
No, there's definitely times, I would get overwhelmed and maybe cry or two on the way home. But as far as sight, try to keep it as professional as possible at all times.
Yeah. Everybody cries once in a while on the way home from work. That happens. All right. Did you run into similar scenarios like that outside of Florida?
Just, I guess, upon initial starting projects, it was challenging whether or not I knew what I was talking about, or it was just, hey, she got her job in a specific way or type of situation. So, but yeah, I think a lot of it was just more of a challenge. Like, does she really know what she's talking about? Or is she just here to be another check mark on the book? Type of deal.
Right. We just had to fill this job
Yeah.
slot or something. Okay. What about special treatment?
You know what?
Or unique or unusual, I suppose? Didn't.
I don't think I really received special treatment per se, because of the fact that I kept everything professional. I was always hungry to learn and just try to accomplish and essentially be one of the guys, get out there, see what they're doing, how I can help. And that was about it.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. No, I don't know. And, I continue to learn, right? People say getting treated different, and I want to understand, what does different look like, and what do we like and don't like, and all those things. And we're not talking trash about the Floridians out there.
No, definitely not.
Other than this small group of rude voodoo people, wherever they are.
Yeah.
They came around, though, I imagine.
Yeah, some of them
No?
definitely came around. Some of them.
What's Up Renewables is growing, and we're looking for new sponsors to join us. Our show connects leaders, innovators, and field professionals across the renewable industry, and our sponsors are part of that conversation. Some have seen their network expand instantly. Others have grown revenue and brand visibility through the connections they've made right here. If you want your company to reach the people driving the future of clean energy, now's the time to get involved. Contact us at media@whatsuprenewables.com to become a sponsor today.
Being in the blue collar industry, a lot of the times, it's acceptable for a male to go and travel. leave their families, go travel, make the money. Not very acceptable for the female or the mother to do that.
Okay.
So did get a lot of backlash over the years over that. It's like, well, you left your kids behind. It's
From
like,
your colleagues?
No. Yeah. Colleagues, family, just people in general, like not understanding. It's like, I have that ability as well. My kids are taken care of.
Yeah.
I'm providing for my kids, as a single mom, providing for my kids, everything and doing something I'm passionate about, and also showing them that you don't have to limit yourself. Go out there and get it. Do what it is that you're passionate about. Don't let it hold you back.
That's right. Do what you're passionate about, and often don't care about the negative comments.
Exactly.
What is it with people that want to just tell other folks how to live their lives?
Yes.
Right? Who out there is so perfect? We need to take your advice anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. Good for you. That didn't slow you down.
No.
That didn't slow you down.
Also gave my kids an opportunity. They got to go out and see a lot of the country anywhere I was at. So during summers and breaks, they flew out and they thought they were the coolest people on earth because they got to fly on a plane by themselves and, and be where we were at. So.
You're one badass mom. I bet that they thought that was cool.
Oh, yeah. They thought they were the coolest thing on earth.
Yeah, I thought I would have too. I would have too. Let's go see the alligators, Mom. Advice for other maybe young and or female people out there, regardless of the job, but in the industry?
I think just as long as you find something you're passionate about, go for it. Take that leap of faith and just push on. If it works out, great. And if not, don't be afraid to pivot. There's definitely a lot of different scopes out there in the renewable energy sector that you can do. So just take that leap of faith. Give it a try. If it's not for you, that's okay. We'll find something else.
I love that. Take the leap of faith. Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't work out, you didn't say quit.
No, never
you
quit.
You said pivot.
Yes.
Pivot. Failure doesn't exist if you don't quit.
Nope.
That's right. You just learned a thing you don't want to do for a while or something.
Yes.
Great advice. Great advice. Don't listen to those people that are saying negative things.
Yes, absolutely not. Use that as a positive thing. They say you can't do it, you go out there and do it. Prove them wrong.
As a positive thing. Mm-hmm. A motivator.
Yes, a motivator.
Ooh, is that a motivator of yours?
It is.
If somebody tells you no or you can't do it,
yes.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed,
right?
I'm going to go out there and prove you wrong. Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. I like that. That's a rebellious kind of fighting nature, but it's it's competitive as well, and man, yeah, you're not going to lose with that attitude. Wonder why so many people kind of give up nowadays. Do you notice that?
I do.
I don't run into people that have your kind of fight. Why not?
I don't know. I've always kind of had that go get it attitude and, don't let anything stop me, hold me back.
But it's unique and you don't see it. Or do you find a lot of people with a very similar attitude?
I don't know. I'm an introvert, remember?
I don't think you are.
I really am.
Or if you are, you are definitely using that as a motivator and a strength.
Yes.
You've turned it into a strength.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So you don't go around asking people.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. But you witness it. You observe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Talk about some observations of people and, folks or crews that talk safety, but they don't walk safety. Right? Why not? And how do we fix it?
I think a lot of the times is because we're safety conscious, but at the same time, we have that get it done mentality. It's getting out there, trying to get the job done as quick as possible, move on to the next one type of situation. And we end up taking either shortcuts or kind of bypassing safety just to get it done. Even though they're very knowledgeable, know exactly what they're supposed to be doing, or they just kind of get used to it. And it's like, hey, I've done this a million times. I've never gotten hurt. Mm-hmm. What's the worst that's going to happen? Type of situations.
Okay. So some of it is the result-oriented person that just wants to get done quickly. Other is hasn't been following the rules and has no intent on following them, but knows it, right? Has the conversation at the safety meeting, gets the information, but blatantly ignores it.
Yeah.
The result-oriented one I resonate with because that was always me. And not that I was choosing not to do it, but boy, I wasn't remembering. Like I would quite literally forget. Wasn't my focus.
Yeah.
There were enough safety people that came into my life that made sure it was my focus. And, I got my own discipline and there you go. So it became it. But what about the people that just blatantly don't follow it? They scare me the most because, I don't know. I'm not a cop or detective. I'm not a lie detector, right? So if they say it, then they're going to follow the rules. I believe it. And then later on to find out somebody got hurt because they blatantly didn't. I think those are the saddest to me. I don't know why, and I don't know how to fix it all the time.
I think those end up being the sadder situations because of the fact that they're such great workers overall and they have a goal that they're working towards. A lot of the times it's those, I guess, parents or something that are trying to work the extra hours, do all the extra stuff to provide. And when they end up hurt because they took shortcuts or ignored safety, it's like, okay, all that hard work just quite literally went down the drain because you have that chain reaction effect as well. Now it's affecting your income. It's affecting your family, depending on the injury or what it was. There's a lot of things that follow that incident. It doesn't just stop at the job site. It continues to follow and have the trickle effect in your home.
Oh my goodness.
So I think that's why it makes it the hardest when those individuals get injured.
Do you tell stories like that to try and
I do.
Convince those folks that are lying to you?
I do, because once again, at the end of the day, we're just trying to get you home safe. You are there for a purpose. You're providing for your family, your hobbies, whatever, whether it's, sports or cars or whatever the case is, you're doing it for a reason. If you end up hurt, you're not making money. You're losing money. If it's a severe injury where you're having to seek medical attention constantly, once again, you're losing money. If you lose a hand, can you throw that football with your child anymore? Not efficiently. You might be able to some way or another, but not efficiently. Like there's all kinds of things that trickle into it. So kind of put it into that perspective, how a simple disregard to safety on a job site can ultimately affect your entire life.
I love it. You make it personal.
Yes.
I don't have a question to stump you. I got another one that's been bothering me for years. It's the young or the new to industry people that they're there for all the right reasons, right? Wanting their career, wanting the job, and not calling a stop work. And choosing to do it unsafely because somebody said, here's how you do it. And that person taught them wrong. But that person is maybe a 15-year person and knows how to get away with it, right?
Yeah.
And that new person doesn't have the self-courage, right? Because they're wanting the career and the job.
Yeah.
What do we tell them? Because it's an area that we need help in the industry to strengthen. And by the way, I was one of those young people. I was a hungry kid, not going to lose my job, going to do the best. If somebody said, do it this way, I just did it.
Yeah.
And I wish I wouldn't have, but I did. And I still see it.
Yeah. I've definitely had a fair share of stories with that. Oh, well, this is how I was taught to do it. This is how I've been doing it for plenty of years. Or, MVT switching, for example. A lot of the times they get suited up, but they go and they switch that MVT facing away from it. And they have this set mentality of it's only there to keep you pretty at your funeral type of situation. If you wear your 40 cal suit, so just turn away when you flip. Absolutely wrong. Your PPE, if you're inspecting it appropriately, maintaining it appropriately, and using it appropriately, it will protect you. And when you're doing your switching, you should always face the switching that you're going to be doing. I always tell them, face your fears head on, because that's everybody's fear. You're switching medium voltage, which is quite a lot of voltage.
It is.
Transformer, if something goes wrong, then yeah, that's a fear. You're going to have that arc blast situation or something. That's why I always say face your fear. Remember that you have to be facing your equipment when you're doing that switching, wearing the appropriate PPE. But yeah, they say, 7 to 10 years of experience is typically the ones that are more likely to get hurt because of the fact that they're set in their ways. They've done it for so many years. They've learned how to take shortcuts, get the job done, and haven't been hurt. Where the newer guys are more safety conscious for the most part until you get somebody that's mentoring them, that has that experience, that is now teaching them, hey, do it this way. Or, hey, when safety comes, do it this way. But, when they're not around, this is how we're going to do the job. This is how we get it done. And a lot of the times, like you said, they're there. They want to get their foot into it. They want to get their career going in the renewable energy sector or any sector. So they don't want to speak up or they don't want to ask the questions. It's just, hey, get it done. He knows what he's doing. He's been doing it all these years. Like, okay, I'm going to do it this way as well. And ultimately, they end up either getting hurt or unfortunately losing their job because they're doing something unsafe, even though that's the way they were taught to do it.
Yeah. Those bother me the most. When a technician gets terminated because they did what they were taught, even though it was unsafe. There's a couple more people that need to lose their jobs at the same time, in my opinion.
Yes,
right?
Because you're going to have the same situation going on. The other one might get lucky and not be caught, but is he really lucky? Not necessarily, because now he's doing it wrong, which ultimately, if he continues in that pathway, he has the potential of getting hurt as well.
Yep. Well, I didn't follow the transformer. Well, yeah, but why face the transformer
So you're
when you're switching?
Because
Is there something about the suit?
well, the suit is built towards where it's protecting you in the front. You have your arc flash shield, you have your safety glasses, your balaclava, everything to protect you in the front, right from that blast. Not necessarily in the back. All you have is your hard hat. Your entire back is exposed, even though the suit is completely, covering everything. So another thing is you're seeing what you're doing. If you're not locking into that hook, it can slip. You can hit the T-bodies that are connected there, other equipment, versus having a visual on what it is you're doing, keeping your eye on the task per se. You're safer doing that switching.
Interesting. I was always taught to look away.
Yeah.
Even for breakers, right? So you're powered up, but you're powering up sub-6. It's put your hand there and get it. Look away.
Look away.
Switch.
But where's the protection?
Oh, I wasn't wearing anything.
Oh, well.
Didn't matter. Didn't matter. And I did have an arc flash one time doing that. I think it was 575 three-phase. And man, that burn in the eyes. Even at home sometimes, I'll flip the light switch. Like there's that weird thing that gets in your head. Yeah, it would take some more training for me to face that fear, I think.
Yeah.
We were taught.
Yeah.
That was the process.
There's definitely been a lot of times where we've heard that. And that's why I always ask the students, like, okay, demonstrate to me how you're going to switch. And then we get those couple individuals and they go and switch it backwards. It's like, okay, now let me explain to you why we shouldn't do this. This is how we should be doing it because your PPE is designed to protect you from the front. That is why you have your safety glasses that are impact resistant. That's why you have your face shield that also has a tint to protect you from the flash itself, all that stuff. So, and then you're adding your distance with your hot stick and everything. All of that work done together will definitely save you from that.
I can't even close my eyes for that moment.
No.
Not even that one moment. It's 1 second. Not even that one.
A lot can happen in that 1 second.
Okay, face your fears. I like this face your fears because that's what that young technician or that new to industry person, it's why they're not calling the stop work.
Yes.
They're scared.
They're scared.
They're scared to speak up, rock the boat, get a negative reputation, miss out on an opportunity in a career, lose their job.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or tell the boss that just told them to do it wrong, no.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep. I'm the new guy. Why am I going to tell him?
And most of us are programmed from our parents. Don't tell us no. Right? We're authority. Don't talk back. It's in our DNA. It's in our programming.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's tough. But yeah, now you're an adult. Now it's time to say no and face that fear.
Yes, sir.
Maybe there's a class on facing fears.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think you have a lot more to teach. I think you have a lot more to teach because that would keep people safe, facing your fear.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Oh my goodness. All right. What's tell me what it looks like to build a great safety culture and maybe highlight a couple of mistakes that you see people, groups, or companies doing when they're trying to build a good safety culture.
I think in order to build a good safety culture, you have to get the buy-in from people. You do that by making it personable, not going out there and just being that safety cop, not going out there and getting those gotcha moments, but ultimately understanding what it is that's what they're doing and why they're doing it wrong. And then just listening to the individuals as well. Go out there, have the conversations, look into the different situations, plan ahead for, tasks that are going to be performed. And yeah, I mean, a lot of times I've seen different companies that do projects like, hey, if we go so many man hours without an injury or stuff like that, we'll do a pizza party or we'll have a raffle. I personally do not care for those type of situations because you're more prone to have people hide things because they don't want to be the reason why we're not getting this incentive.
That's right.
Or just or even doing anonymous reporting. Hey, we've seen this, or near misses or whatever. And I know I use that a lot, like have a box with anonymous reporting, like, hey, we saw this, or hey, we're seeing a lot of this while we're in the field, or, electricians bring something up, or iron workers bring something up, the laborers bring something up. And it was, hey, I use those towards my safety topics. Hey, this is why we do this. And just kind of building refreshers on the safety as well.
Okay. Make it personable. Continue to teach. Do not reward the wrong thing.
But reward the right things as well.
Reward the right. It's so difficult with rewards and safety.
Yes, it is.
Because you can totally create the wrong behavior with the greatest reward system ever.
Yes.
It's counter. It's counterintuitive. It doesn't make any sense. I tried one years ago that was working well, and somebody told me I was breaking some law or something. But I wanted more reporting. Wanted more reporting. So the concept was, it's not that we couldn't have an incident, but if we had one and we didn't have any prior reporting, then you don't get this reward. So I was trying to get more reporting, and it worked really well. I mean, it reduced the incidents like crazy. The reporting got to be a little silly, but we, because it was over-reporting, right? Like, just a little too tired today to go climb right now. Yeah. Not sure it's safe.
Yes, yes.
Right? My partner, Billy, I think he's a little depressed.
Yes.
And so we probably shouldn't torque these bolts till tomorrow. But, okay, peace. Keep reporting. Because it did keep people safe. So, okay, maybe I did the wrong thing, went too extreme.
So, kind of with the anonymous reporting, we had a lot of situations like that as well. So what we would do is kind of we would read all of them and kind of pick out the ones that were like, okay, this is a legitimate concern, or and a lot of it was like, okay, you caught this situation, but what did you do to it? Did you report it? Did you provide them the PPE? Did you guide them? Did you mentor them? Like, what did you do? And if you gave me something that had a legitimate concern and a remediation to it, then at that point we would be like, okay, this week's winner and of the AirPods or whatever, was going on was like, hey, this is yours and this is why, type of situations. But yeah, like you said, rewards can definitely go down a path.
It's so tricky with safety. Yeah.
Yes.
What did you do about it? Well, Billy and I, we took the afternoon off to go talk about his problems. Because because you can get a bit taken advantage of on both ends of that scale.
Yes.
Right? You have this weird balance in the middle. I love your answers, though. You keep going back to making it personable.
Yes.
Right? Make it real to them. That takes a lot of energy and a lot more safety people per worker, probably. Right? How many people can one safety person be responsible for?
Remember off
What's
top
the
of my head.
ratio?
I think it was like 1 per 30.
And is that if you're all in the same area, or can you be scattered?
It depends, because a lot of the times, like especially within construction, you have your EPC safety, which is typically what I was. So typically you had a safety manager and a safety coordinator, or 2 safety managers or whatever, to kind of alternate the site. And then each subcontractor always had safety per their manpower. So a lot of the times, if we were doing heavy electrical stuff, we had a huge electrical manpower. So at times, they had 6, 7 different safeties on site to accommodate all of their manpower. Or iron workers, same thing. It kind of just depended on the trade. Laborers as well. Everybody had to have enough safety for all their crews.
Okay. So a little bit of variability there. 1 to 30 is a good starter
I believe so. I
to
believe
kind of
that's
get
what
you
it
going.
was.
No, that sounds good. Yeah. Okay. You had 800 workers. How many safety people were out there?
So for the EPC side, there was 2 of us. The electricians had about 7 of them. Iron workers had 2. And then the laborers kind of fell, depending on what type of laborer they were, kind of fell into those umbrellas as well. So I think for the most part, we probably had about 10 safety overall on the site.
I don't think that's 1 to 30.
No.
I mean, I get the calculator
And that was,
out.
no. And that was for peak manpower as well. So most of the time during peak manpower, it was like a week or 2 at a time type of deal, because most of the time you started phasing people out as stuff was completed.
Sure.
So yeah.
Also, I think you can go higher on that ratio if it's all similar work. It's very close. Like, are your
Yeah, in the
eyes? Are you
areas.
close? You can probably go.
And then
even
because they
double.
were task specific, or not task specific, but
scope of work. Maybe.
scope of work specific.
Yeah.
So they had all of their safety were required to be out in the field. So they had like one general manager in the office that kind of take care of, whatever the paperwork or oversight. And then the rest of them were all field safety that had to be out in the field roving the entire site the entire time.
Yeah. What's something that you'd like to see our industry get better at in terms of? I keep going back to safety. Is that all right?
Yes.
You're great in this space, but what's something we could do better in our industry?
I think taking the time to slow it down a bit, enough to get everybody into adequate training. Because that's a lot of things that I think we lack in the industry is the training. I think, especially solar, it grew so fast that we were just throwing manpower at it left and right. As long as you knew how to throw a module or whatever, but not fully understanding the potential of, just a module installation and all the risks that are associated with it, or doing the connections and stuff like that. So I think just more training for the crews and actually giving them a clear understanding of what the hazards are and how to appropriately mitigate those hazards would definitely be something that I think the industry can really benefit from.
More training, technical, and then specific to hazard and hazard mitigation. I love that. Are we not doing it with our OSHA and NFPA classes and LMS and GWO and go to Rise and learn solar?
Okay, so a lot of the times you can get, OSHA training online and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Click to win safety.
Yeah.
I've done the click to win safety. There's been several companies, that you have to get all these online classes done before a certain day. I've seen it over and over, time and time again, where it's like, hey, I paid my wife to get this training done, because who's verifying that you're doing it?
Who pays their spouse for? All right, go on.
to, to do my OSHA training online or to finish my safety trainings for me or whatever the case is. Or, I'm going to just click while I watch this movie. What are you, what are you learning from it? How is it benefiting you?
Nothing.
Other than the fact that you're, once again, doing another checkbox? Like, how are you benefiting from it? I believe in-person training is definitely more beneficial because you're at least there, you're present, you're required to take your notes, pass the exam, prove that you're knowledgeable in it, and it's you specifically, not somebody else doing it for you. And you get that hands-on technical training as well for the most part. So, yeah, that's...
So make those things face-to-face.
Yes.
Right? So
100%.
would you just cancel all the online?
Personally, if I had the choice and the
Yeah.
option, I would.
You'd be done with it.
I'd be done with it.
Hit the big red button. That's over with.
Yes.
Go
I'd
for
say
face-to-face.
Face-to-face. A lot of the times you can definitely tell if somebody is completely lost or if they're actually getting it. And then asking the questions in class, a lot of the times they don't want to look at the instructor because they don't want to get picked on. Guess what? You're not looking at me. That's not going to save you. I'm going to pick on you because I want to make sure that
That's
you're
the cue
understanding.
you look
Yep.
for?
Yes.
No eye contact.
No eye
Ask
contact.
it
Okay,
3
that's
questions an hour right there. Okay.
No, I try to keep it fair. I try to disperse it throughout the entire class. But that also shows me that they're engaged, they're understanding the material. And if not, like, hey, we need to circle back to this.
Yeah.
If he didn't understand it or she didn't understand it, there's probably somebody else in the class that didn't either. So let's circle back to it.
Okay. I love that answer. I wonder, boy, that sure would shake things up in this
I'm
industry,
sure. It
wouldn't
definitely
it?
would. We're taking people out of the field to get them into training.
And how often for the refreshers do you think? GWO says 2 years now, right?
I'm not sure what GWOs are.
It's a wind thing.
Yeah.
How? Well, even your LMS, is that once a year to do the online?
Most of the time,
through,
yeah, most of the time it's 1 year.
Safety. It was like a first aid, CPR, AED refresher. Is that 1 or 2 years?
Those are typically, your cards are good for 2 years.
2 years.
A lot of companies will do it every year. There's a lot of training that does have to be done annually or a refresher done annually. So, I don't know. I think continuous training, even if it's toolbox talks on the site that kind of circle back to what it is that we're doing, kind of just constantly reminders of why we're doing it the way that we're doing it can go a long way.
Yeah. Okay. Real-time refreshers. Every day, every week, weekly messages, monthly campaigns.
Yeah.
Right. Keep teaching. All right. Well, we did good. Oh, man. This has been so much fun. All right, I'm going to ask that one later, but just a reflection. First of all, will you come back and talk some more about safety in the future?
Sure.
There's going to be other actual. So we've just had a great time getting to know you, and now that I know you're a professional and an expert in this space, there'll be safety things that they come up periodically, which I always wish we had somebody to call on and bring in and discuss a particular topic once in a while.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. I love
Be
that.
open to that.
All right. So if that younger self could see you now, what would she say? What would she think?
Oh, that's interesting. My younger self didn't even think she was going to graduate high school, so I think she would be proud of myself.
I think she would too. And pretty excited about the
Yes.
adventure in front of her.
Yes.
All right. That's very cool. I don't have anything else. This has been a great conversation, and it's been a pleasure getting to know you, and look forward to more of it.
Thank you. I had a blast.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Anna. Take care.
Thank you. You too.